So it's Mr. Schwab. I work at Citrix. I work in the SaaS division. I am in charge of GoToMeeting.com, GoToWebinar.com, GoToTraining.com, making sure that they're up all the time, available to our customers, that we have the right capacity. So the biggest challenges of keeping GoToMeeting.com up all the time, along with anything else we're running, is trying to find out really where the problems are, what's wrong, getting visibility into that. Everything's really complex. So I've been spending a lot of time troubleshooting some specific problems in production. So in the beginning, after I saw AppDynamics, it looked really good. I liked a lot of things about it. There were other companies that looked really good too. So we brought them in and did an evaluation. In turn, we evaluated AppDynamics, many other APM solutions, and wound up choosing AppDynamics. Some of the reasons we did that and the reasons that they went out was because we saw in our production environment when our resources got really heavy and AppDynamics was running, AppDynamics actually has backup algorithms that actually kept AppDynamics from crashing our servers. Some of the other competitors we were looking at would crash our servers. We couldn't even get them in production because our servers would crash and test. And with AppDynamics, that wasn't the case. And then everything just kind of fell together with the ease of implementation, the maintenance, just the value that you get out of it right out of the box is just amazing. Some of the benefits to me in my job with using AppDynamics, I'm starting to get some of my life back, getting a little bit of validation of understanding what's going on in production. And we've had several major production incidents and outages. And to be able to look at something that tells me in a very complex distributed environment with 95% confidence of where the problem is within a couple minutes, it's huge. Like, I would have to pour through tons of logs, tons of data, tons of graphs through slow systems to try to find that. So I recommend that anybody in any kind of operations development role, architecture role, anywhere in technology that's trying to get any kind of servers to either talk with themselves, but even standalone servers, it provides value even at the standalone level. But really, when you get into the distributed transaction model, it just makes sense. What AppDynamics does, the way it visualizes things and shows them, the way it breaks down into your transaction snapshots, and you dig into the code and you actually see stack traces of here's exactly where your latency is. And so instead of me finding a problem in production and looking through logs and trying to find it and say, hey, development, here's a problem in the code, I can go to them and say, here in your code where it is, so they can actually go to their product owners and say, I need X amount of time to fix this bug, and this is what it's going to buy back for the business. Instead of, I need this huge block of hours to even go investigate something that may or may not be there. If it's in AppDynamics, it's there. I have a large vision for what AppDynamics can do for our business. It can honestly help us to scale and focus on what we need to focus on, what's right for our customers, for our code, for driving the business where management executives want it to go and what the customer needs are, and get us out of the mire of doing custom monitoring and custom analysis and drawing up diagrams of how things work. We'll be able to release faster because we'll actually be able to see when changes happen and be able to troubleshoot them quickly, right? Nothing gets stale faster than a diagram of how something works in Visio. With AppDynamics, I may not need Visios any longer in the future.